Alright, now this was the program which I made yesterday, and I had taken this complete XPath, right? If I run this program, right, what you will see is that, hold on, Firefox will open up. Hold on, you see that Firefox is opening, right, and it goes to this page. Now one thing is there, okay, the browser which is opened by Firefox, this is the Mozilla browser. You will see something very peculiar about it. Firstly, you will not see the bookmarks which you have in your regular Firefox browser. Okay, you will not see the regular bookmarks which you have in your normal Firefox. Secondly, there will be no add-ons. For example, I had installed Firebug. Now Firebug is not present inside this Firefox. If I open the Firefox normally, right, if I open a normal Firefox, then you will see that on the normal Firefox, right, Firebug is present, right, but the Firefox which is opened by Selenium is very different. It's not got any bookmark settings or Firebug and all, nothing is there. Okay, now this is because of the concept known as Firefox profiling. Okay, this is because of the concept of Firefox profiling present in Firebug. Do you guys know about Firefox profiling? Like, is there anybody who doesn't know about the concept of Firefox profiling? Okay, you don't know. Okay, fine. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it is. Right. You know what? Firefox profiling is something like, um, suppose myself and my colleague. Okay, they are using the same system. We both are sharing the same system. Okay, when I want that I open Firefox, I should see my set of settings inside Firefox. I should see my bookmarks inside Firefox. But if my colleague, he comes in and if he logs in the same account, he wants that when he opens Firefox, he should see his set of bookmarks, his set of settings, add-ons. That means a customizable Firefox for every user which uses Firefox. Okay, so this can be achieved using the concept of Firefox profile. Alright, you can create different profiles in Firefox, different instances in Firefox. Hold on, I'll tell you how to do that. To do that, firstly make sure that you close Firefox from here, file exit. Okay, close your Firefox from file exit menu, don't close it from the top right menu, top right icon. So close it from file exit and go to run, and given the command firefox.exe-p profile manager. Okay, I think this was the command. Yes, this was the command, right? So you get this window. I gave this command. I'll give you this. I'll share the command on WebEx chat with everyone. Okay, Firefox. Uh, this is the user profile window, right? You can create a new profile. This is the default profile which is present on the PC. Suppose I create a new profile called as, say, I'll put my name Ashish, right? So this is the profile which I just created, and if I double click on this, a new Firefox will open up. Fine, this new Firefox will have the bookmarks, will have no bookmarks. It's like a fresh Firefox which is there on your machine. Okay, this new Firefox which opens up is like a fresh Firefox which is there on your machine. You can start using it, you can customize it, and whatever you want to do, right? So you can create as many profiles as you want over here, and start any one when you want. So as a user, if I want that, okay, fine, this PC is a shared PC, I don't want to share my bookmarks, to share my settings of Firefox with anyone else. So I can have a separate profile created. I hope you got my point, what Firefox profile is, right? So you can create as many profiles. If I double click on default, then the regular Firefox which is there in my machine will open up, right? Now in Selenium, when you write WebDriver driver equals to new Firefox driver, a new Firefox window is opened, and what Selenium does is, on the fly, with the help of some coding, it creates an altogether new profile of Firefox and starts it and launches it. Okay, that's why there is no settings of bookmarks, there is no add-on like Firebug, Firepath inside it, right? Because Selenium creates a new Firefox profile every time, right? And it is destroyed in the end. Okay, now you can ask Selenium to open a custom profile, right? For what do I mean by custom profile? It's something like, oh, you should close it through file exit. Like Ashish, I want to tell Selenium that fine, don't open a new profile every time, open a profile called Ashish, right? Suppose in this Ashish profile I make a bookmark for Google, right? I bookmark the Google home page, right? So in this I want that Ashish profile should open up when I start Selenium, Firefox driver, right? Now the concept of this profiling is only there in Firefox, it's not there in other browsers. Please note this. Okay, the concept of profiling is not there in other browsers, it's there in, it's there in Firefox. Now when you write this thing, and you have to create your own custom profile, you need to know something about constructors in Java language. What are constructors? Okay, I'll tell you what constructors are. Suppose I make a new Java class, okay, known as laptop.java. Okay, now I'm explaining you the concept of constructors, right? What are the properties of laptop? Like I'll write over here string name of the laptop, int price of the laptop, fine. Then say string OS, the operating system which is present in the laptop. Okay, so these are the various properties which are there in laptop. Okay, so now if you create a new class called test, okay, in this I create the object of the class laptop, say L1 equals to new laptop, right? Then you create a second object, L2 equals to new laptop, L3 equals to new laptop. Now you will have to initialize each and every of the properties separately. You will have to write L1 dot, say name is Sony, right? L1 dot price is 100, L1 dot OS is Windows, right? Similarly, you'll have to initialize L2 as well. L2.name, price, and OS. Say L2 is HP, some different price. Similarly, L3 as well. Right. So the problem is that each and every object when I am making, I have to initialize it separately. Right. Okay, suppose this is OS is Mac. Right. So I have to initialize each and every object separately. Now there were just 3 properties in this class. So we were lucky enough. But if you generically look at laptop, then I can specify at least 50 properties for laptop. So will I create an object and initialize each and every property separately? Well, the answer for that is no, you don't need to do that. Okay. You can create a constructor of the laptop class. What is a constructor? A constructor is something which is called when you create the object of the class. In the very beginning, you write the constructor like this. Public, just be with me, you'll understand. Just hold on. Public laptop. The name of the constructor, okay, hold on. This is the name of the constructor. It is same as the name of the class. Please make sure that the name of the constructor is same as the name of the class, and constructor has got no return type like void, int, or something like that. Okay, so just like this, and inside it I'll write, say suppose system.out.println laptop creation, something like this. Okay, so whenever you create the object of the class, whenever you write new laptop, this constructor will be called. Alright, if I run this program, you will see that laptop creation is printed 3 times, because these are the 3 objects which are found. If I write it 4th time, then it will be printed 4 times, the last time as well. Okay, fine. So if you hold on. If you go to laptop.java, you'll just write system.out.println laptop creation. Now you can create another constructor like this, say public laptop, which accepts the name, int, price, and OS. Hold on, just a minute. So when I call this kind of laptop, I have to write over here, say laptop L4 equals to new laptop, right? And I can give the name like IBM. On the fly I am writing it. Note this, some price and some OS. You're getting my point, right? I created the object and called up this constructor, this particular constructor, in which I'm passing the name, price, and operating system. So over here you can write over here like this, name equals to N, price equals to P, OS equals to O. Right, so name actually becomes this name, price becomes this price, and OS becomes this OS. So on the fly, right, while creating the object itself, I am initializing all the properties of the object. So I'll not have to write all these things separately for L4. Automatically L4 will have all the properties. If I write over here L4 dot say price, so it will print 289. You see that? I hope you got the concept. What a constructor is? A constructor is something which will help you to um, create the objects of the class, initialize the objects of the class. Right? I have created two types of constructors. One is having no argument and one is having three arguments. So this concept is also known as overloading. Okay, that is, the name is same but number of arguments is different. Okay, right? Yes, Smita, sure, I'll again tell you how this is used. Basically, when I create the object like this, I'm calling the blank constructor which does nothing. Okay, that's why I have to initialize each and every object separately, which is a painstaking task. Right? So instead of that, I create the object like this, wherein I pass over each and every parameter into this particular constructor, okay, which accepts the parameters, and this makes my work very easy. Right, so on the fly I'm able to initialize the objects. Alright, now how this is used in Selenium, how we can save it, save your life with it. It's like that. Actually I just continued in day 4 only. I should have made day 5, but anyways, let's continue in day 4 only. So I in quicker.java, you can write something like this. You create the object of a class known as profiles ini pf equal to new profiles ini. This is a class in Selenium which represents all the profiles, all the Firefox profiles which are created in your system. It will represent all the profiles. If I have got 10 profiles opened up over here, created over here, sorry, so it will represent all the profiles. Okay, so from all the profiles you write the function get profile with the name Ashish. So what I am telling it is that get me this particular profile. Okay, so this will return you the object of the class Firefox profile. Okay, so Firefox profile is the inbuilt class whose object can be retrieved with this particular function from all the profiles get the profile Ashish. So this will give you Firefox profile object. And in Firefox Driver class, if you look at the documentation, hold on. If you look at the documentation and if you look at Firefox Driver class, you will see that field summary is there. Apart from that, constructor summary is there. These all are the various constructors which are there in Firefox Driver. Okay, the default one we use, right? Capabilities constructor we use when we are working with grid. Okay, now I'm going to use this particular constructor in which you can pass over a particular Firefox profile. This is the Firefox profile of class. This is a separate class whose object we get when we write all profiles dot get the profile Ashish. You get the Firefox profile object. And in Firefox Driver you can pass over this profile in the constructor, because in your Firefox, hold on, Firefox Driver class, you have a constructor which accepts the object reference of Firefox profile. I hope you got my point, right? So you pass over that over here, and when you run this, this will open up Firefox in a regular way. And you see that The Google bookmark is here. Okay, the Google bookmark is here, right? So I hope everybody is clear with this, what the questions are, and what I taught right now, what a profile is. Okay, right? Anything from anybody? This is all about Firefox profile. So it will help you to do various things. Sometimes you have to test using proxy. So in you can create a Firefox profile and put the proxy settings in it, not in your regular browser, and open up that particular profile. Sometimes you have to handle certificate errors in Selenium. So that can also be done with Firefox profiling. Sometimes you need to download files, right? Sometimes you have links, right? You click on the link and the file gets downloaded. So in Selenium, when you have to download the files, you have to create Firefox profile. Okay. So there are various advantages of creating a Firefox profile apart from having your own set of bookmarks. Now in this profile, if I install Firebug, okay, and launch this profile, so Firebug will be actually present in the browser in which I am testing. So if script gets hanged somewhere or something, some error happens, so you can directly investigate this browser which is having Firebug, and you can directly investigate in the same browser rather than opening in new browser. You got my point, right? Otherwise, if you don't do that, then the regular profile which is created has got no Firebug. So I can install Firebug in a profile and launch that particular profile. Okay. So I hope I got my point very clear on this, what a Firefox profile is. Right. Any questions from anybody? Anything? Instead of specifying class Firefox Driver, look, no, you have to specify the class Firefox Driver. Only thing is that you have to have the Firefox profile in the constructor. Okay, you create the object of Firefox profile, Smita, but you pass over Firefox profile which you want in that particular object. Okay, right. Now moving further on from here. Okay, so yesterday, yeah, that's the constructor. Whenever you write new Firefox driver, you are actually calling the constructor. This is the constructor, right? Arijit is asking a question. Firefox is failing to connect to the site. Will Firefox profile help? It depends. Suppose the site is opening only through a specific proxy or something, then in the profile you can set the proxy settings. Okay, and then open up that website. It all depends, Arijit, why the Firefox is failing to connect to the site. It depends on that. Okay, right? Fine. Now, yesterday, yeah, this line. Look, profiles INI is a class. Okay, if you look at the documentation, then profiles INI is a class. When you create the object of this class, you get a function get profile which is inbuilt inside the class. Okay, you pass over the profile name in your system which you want to open. Okay, and this function will return you the object of the class Firefox profile. This class represents a particular profile. Okay, right? So you get that particular profile called, hold on, Ashish over here. Okay, So when you initialize Firefox Driver, pass over the profile to it. Okay, so that's how you do it. I hope you got it right. Now, anything else from anybody? Right. So till now, if I make a program which is, I'll name this class as final. So this is how we work. What you can do in the beginning is that you can create a profile like this. Okay. Then I had told you that you can, if you want to work on Chrome or I, you can have the driver exe setup. Set up the exe files. Right. Now this is for Firefox and this is for setting the exes for Chrome and iDriver. Now you can take up a variable browser on which you want to test. Okay. Now you can have if else statements that if the browser name is Mozilla, then start the Firefox driver. Okay. Oh, you have to initialize WebDriver to null. And pass over the profile in Firefox driver. So it depends. If I specify the browser name in Mozilla, it will open up Mozilla. It will go to quicker.com, enter. Hold on, just a minute. See, it will go to quicker.com, enter the username as hello, and submit the button. So this way, look, hold on, let me run this and show it to you. So this is how we work practically, right? We create the profile in the beginning, you set the exes, then take the browser. I've hard coded the browser name over here, but generally later on we'll read it from the Excel file. So see that it's typing Selenium and submitting the page. Right now, it's the same profile which I had created. It's getting opened. In case of Chrome, you just need to change the name to Chrome, and now you'll see that the same script will run on Chrome as well. You didn't change anything much, right? So the Chrome browser opens and it goes to the website, right? So it works, right? The XPaths, now this is the thing. Now most of the people think that fine, what will happen to XPath? The same XPath will work on all the browsers. If the page source remains the same, if the website is opening up in the same way in all the browsers, right, then the same XPath which works in I also works in Chrome and also works in Mozilla. So it's not that every element will have a separate XPath in different browser. Okay, so don't think that XPaths will be different. Fine, right? So let me take up a very what if those digs if yeah, this is a complete XPath. This if changes it will go for a toss. Everything will go for a toss. Okay, so you have to be a little careful. Fine. That's why I told you to use partial XPaths which are more safe. Okay, partial XPaths are more safe than the regular XPaths which we have. Right now, let's do even partial XPaths also have those diff. Yes, they do have, but the chances are less. Okay. Now I got your question, Raj. Hold on. Suppose I go to the website, say any website, right? Now, okay, hold on. Let me open up the regular profile which I have, in which I have got Firebug. Yeah, I got your question. Suppose I go to any website and entertainment, right? So look, there are various images and all present in this site. If I look at Firebug and if I investigate any particular thing, like for example, I investigate this link, more entertainment photos. Now this is the XPath which we get from Firebug. Okay, this is the link, and actually it scrolls up and finds that this is the division which has the ID. So it starts making the XPath from this division and reaches this link. Okay, this is what I told you yesterday, right? So you get an XPath something like this. Fine. If I take a complete XPath of this particular link of more entertainment photos, if I take the complete XPath, then complete XPath will be something like this. Okay. Now there's a potential difference in these two. The thing is, this part of the complete XPath is actually repeated in the partial one. The partial one is having only this part of the complete XPath. Okay. So although there is a chance that this partial XPath can also change, but the chances are less. The chances of changing the complete XPath are more. You're getting my point, right? Because this can change. If something gets added anywhere, it will go for a toss. But this thing is partial. It will not change. Okay, and even if it changes, it will change from at the end. Okay, it will not change at the beginning. If this kind of XPath changes somewhere over here, then that means all the XPaths of the pages they change, and you'll have to correct everything on the page. Okay, right? So you have to do that. And moreover, in the coming days, I'll be talking about custom XPaths. You can also make your own XPaths and not rely on XPaths which are given on Firebug. Okay, so that will also help you out to trim down the XPaths. Okay, yeah, Raj, you can do that. I'll tell you how to do that. That comes under custom XPath. Okay, now there are some things which I want you to know, because people they get stuck and just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Yeah. If I go to Gmail, right. So this is the regular Gmail login page which we are having these days. Okay. This is the input button. Right. Now, every object on the page has also got sometimes a property known as class. Okay. Now, don't think that this class can be unique like ID, because when we work with Selenium, when you write by dot, you also have the option class name. Now, people make this mistake. Okay, class is something like the CSS class. This class is actually responsible for the look and feel of this button. If you look at this button is blue in color. It's not the regular HTML button which we have on a on a page, like the gray button which we have, right? It's not like that. Okay, so this is because some look and feel effects have been added to this button, and those look and feel effects come up from the class. Okay, so all the elements on a page which have the same look and feel have the same class. I'll give you a practical example. If you go to the website in.html, rediff.com and suppose you go to say the page shopping, fine, you will see that there are many add to cart buttons. Okay, right. The look and feel of every add to cart button is same. Okay, if I investigate any add to cart button, then it's got this class sh sprite add to cart button, right? All the buttons, okay, all the buttons on this particular page will have the same class because class actually gives the look and feel to the elements. Okay, class is responsible to give the look and feel to the elements. So because the look and feel of the look and feel of all the buttons is same, right? So they have the same class. Okay, so now um, no, this helps us because sometimes the scenario is like that, that I need to extract all the buttons from a web page. Okay, so you can give Selenium the command that fine, extract all the buttons from the web page which have this particular class. Okay, if I write like this, suppose on this page if I write a driver dot find element by the class name option, and if I give this particular class, then there are many buttons on this page which have this particular class. Okay, so how will you possibly, what will Selenium do in this case? If you look at the description of find element function, it says that it finds the first web element using the given method. It will not find every button, it will find the first button. Now how does it decide the first button? Right, if you look practically, then this is how Selenium works. Selenium starts extracting objects from the top left corner to the bottom right corner. Okay, it extracts the elements like this, it scans the page like this. So if there are two elements which suppose this is one add to cart button over here, it starts from here, right? So whenever it finds the first button on the web page, it will simply extract it and move further. It will not go to the second button or the third button. Driver.find element finds the first element on the page. Now what if I want to go to the second one or third one, right? We'll talk about that later on, but please make sure that you don't make the mistake of by.class name thinking that class name will be unique and I'll be able to move. Don't do that. Okay, you'll be stuck very badly. All right, so I think that's it for the trial classes. This is what I teach, right? So the next in the course, I'll tell you what we'll be doing because people were asking me, can we have the agenda and all for the course? Look for the course. This will be the agenda, right? We'll talk about custom XPaths. That's very important, right? Yes, Amar, I'll have to check. Actually, I was not there yesterday. I couldn't even record and send the videos. I'll check it today and I'll email you. Okay. So, custom XPaths. Then we will be talking about examples. In the class, we'll be doing a lot of examples, practical examples, right? Then we will be talking about frames, web tables, pop-ups. Then there is something known as JavaScript executor. Then we'll be talking about multiple element extraction. I'm just giving you a brief overview because you know what, I don't go with a particular agenda that on this day I have to teach this. I just know things and I start sharing my knowledge with people were asking me yesterday, so that's why I'm sharing it with you. Then in the course after JavaScript executor we can look at uh, pop-up pop-up I've told you, right? We can look at the frameworks like TestNG, JUnit, right? And based on these, we'll make up a framework like data-driven framework is there, or keyword-driven is there, or hybrid is better, right? And or sometimes people also prefer me to teach page object model POM using page factory implementation of Selenium. So we'll be doing all these things, right? So after the trial classes, and apart from these, look, there are many other topics as well, right, which I'll be teaching you, so I'll just not constrain to these many. There are other things as well. So this is just a brief overview of what we can do, right? Preetham, not a problem. In the trial classes, there's a limit of 25 people, but in the paid classes, there will not be any limit. Okay, because in paid classes, I don't take more than 25 people, right? And using database, yeah, using database, it's look, database usage, I don't teach it in the class. The reason is that it's not got any rocket science, it's all configuration, and it's already there in the recorded videos. The pre-recorded videos, I'll tell you, right? You just see that you'll come to know how to configure Selenium with, rather, Java with database. Okay, it's everything is pre-built. You just have to put like, how did you add Selenium in your project? You configured the jar files. That's it, right? So database usage is also something like that. So I don't teach it because it occupies time as well. So instead of that, I teach something else and give the recorded video. Okay. So another question being asked is, do you have videos from? Yes, I'll be emailing you the video from yesterday's class. I was a little busy yesterday, so I couldn't convert and upload it. So I'll be doing it today and sending you everything. Yes, in the future also you will be getting all the recorded videos of the current class. You'll be getting it. Okay. So the class duration will be somewhere from 50 minutes to 1 hour, something like that. Okay. Uh, yes, sure, Jesse, the same way as us. Give me your email ID. I'll send you the link for paying. Right, just give me your email ID, and around 15 to 20 classes are left, depending on how fast we go. Okay, so you will look at that. Fine. Just ping me your email ID right now, Jesse. I'll give you the link. Can you teach Maven and Grid using JUnit? Look, I can teach using TestNG. Look, Maven, Grid, I only teach using TestNG. Using JUnit, it's a headache. Okay, I can teach you. That's not a problem. Maven, it's all configuration again. It's not rocket science, but Grid, I can tell you. That's not a big deal. Okay. So just wait for 5 minutes. You'll have the payment link in your email ID. Right. So those of you who are interested in continuing further, you can mail me. Right. Kumar, I'll also send you the link. All right. I was not able to class for 30 minutes because the number of parts. Yeah, I'll email you, Chandra. I'll email you the links, the recorded video. In the paid classes, the limit will be 25. Amount will not be accepted from person who's the 26th person. I don't take it. Right. Shishu, just give me your email ID. I'll contact you. Okay, and I'll tell you the procedure. Okay, just give me your email ID. Shyam Yamachili. Just hold on. First of all, let